Glad to have you with us here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, we are going to give you an inside look at Patriots rookie Marte Mapu out of Sacramento State, who the Patriots selected in the third round. We'll tell you everything you need to know about Mapu, including his backstory, his scouting report, and his role going forward with his New England Patriots team, what Bill Belichick had to say, among others, coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, let's go ahead and get some good mojo, some good juju headed to Marte Mapu's direction. Positive vibes only around here. Go ahead and smash that like button to show some love to Marte Mapu, that you're rooting for him, that you wish nothing but the best, and that he'll have a successful career with the Patriots in the National Football League. Just go ahead and hit that like button, and we'll get started with today's show. Marte Mapu comes to the Patriots from Sacramento State, and he's got a fascinating story, and it's going to be very unique to see what his role is with this Patriots team, with all the versatility that he brings to the table. And that's a word we are going to be using a lot today to describe Marte Mapu. Selected in the third round of the draft out of Sacramento State, played at the FCS level. And at Sacramento State, he was very impressive. He was the Big Sky Conference Defensive Player of the Year in 2022. And Mel Kiper, on his big board for the draft in this past April's draft, had him as the number 10 outside linebacker on his big board. He kind of varied. Some people had him as a third-round grade. Others had him as low as a fifth-round grade. But ultimately, the Patriots found him when they did, went ahead and took him in the third round, and kind of surprised some folks with where they ultimately ended up going with Marte Mapu with the selection there in the third round. So now let's go ahead and give you a little inside perspective on Marte Mapu and tell you more about him. He is a native of Hawthorne, California, went to Hawthorne High School, and in high school, we talk about the versatility. We're not kidding. Played quarterback, wide receiver, linebacker, safety, and corner in high school. Pretty impressive. A lot of different things that he did. Now, when he was coming out of high school and heading to Sacramento State, he was not ranked by any of the recruiting services. That's ultimately how he ended up at the FCS level, was kind of just ignored, forgotten about of sorts, but ultimately he proved himself to have a good career there with Sacramento State. Was a 2-year starter at Sacramento State. Actually had to take a year off from football, as Sacramento State did not play football in 2020 due to COVID-19, and the school as a whole opted out of playing in the spring, as many FCS schools did that year. Daniel Jeremiah, the NFL Network's lead draft analyst, described him as his favorite player in the entire 2023 draft, that he really liked what he brought to the table, his story and his versatility, and just the athlete that he is. And here's more what Daniel Jeremiah had to say in regards to Marte Mapu here. He can run, cover, and blitz. Everything you want in an NFL linebacker right now. He has that versatility to match up in man coverage. He's instinctive in zone coverage. If you can't cover as a linebacker in this league right now, you can't play. So, give us one word to describe Marte Mapu joining the New England Patriots. What did you think of the pick by Bill Belichick and company to go with Mapu? Tell me in the comment section. Give me one word to describe Marte Mapu in the comment section below. The number one thing that I personally like about Marte Mapu is the versatility that he brings to different positions. And I think about this. A guy that I really admire, that I love, especially as being a University of Kansas guy, is former Kansas football coach Mark Mangino, and he was the offensive coordinator for Oklahoma when they won the national championship back in 2000. And Mangino always said that when he was recruiting talent, looking for players, he always looked for athletes. That they weren't always going to get the five-star players at Kansas, but that they could get athletes and find a way to plug and play. And I think that as you look at the game of football as a whole, and what Belichick and others have been so good at, of finding those diamonds in the rut, is finding those athletes. Just plug and play and get them on the field in some way, shape, or form. And that's what we're looking at when we talk about Marte Mapu in that sense. Here's what Bill Belichick had to say about him a while back. He's shown versatility and his skill set. He's a smart kid, definitely understands defensive concepts and what they did and how they were doing it. So when we get the chance to work with him, we'll start to figure that out. Mapu, his college stats in 94 games played, had 165 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 7 interceptions, and a total of 22 pass breakups. So pretty good there from Marte Mapu. He's already impressing some of his teammates. Adrian Phillips had this to say about Mapu. He's doing really good. He's just a guy that wants to learn. When you talk about rookies and guys coming in, that's the main thing you want to see. He's going to ask any of the questions because he's one of the guys that doesn't want to get it wrong, but is not afraid to get wrong. And he wants to learn and gets better every single day. More to come here on Patriots Day today here on Marte Mapu. Coming up in just a moment, but first, what position do you think he's primarily going to play this season? Will it be the linebacker spot? Will it be safety? Where do you think Marte Mapu fits in to the Patriots defense? Weigh in the comments section. Tell me where you think he belongs and let me know in the comment section below. So let's go over the scouting report now on Marte Mapu. He could play linebacker. He could play safety, either one in the Patriots defense potentially, and it might just come down to what the Patriots need him more as opposed to what position he's better at. He plays with a desired run-and-hit mentality that he brings to the table, which is exactly what you want to see, not afraid of contact as far as that goes. He's outstanding with reading the quarterback from the short zone, of understanding the quarterback's eyes of where he's going to go. His size and strength, he has the ability to cover wide tight ends in space, which is very important on that front as far as that goes. The big negative, though, on Marte Mapu as far as what he brings to the table, he allows blockers at times into the frame, and he has a questionable pursuit speed on that front. So not ideal there as far as that goes, but nonetheless, the rest of the scouting report looks pretty good for him on that front. So there you have it on Marte Mapu with his scouting report of what he brings to the table there. And I want to show you a few more things of what some of the experts had to say besides just our own scouting report there on Marte Mapu. Next up, let's show you what Lance Zierlein of NFL Media had to say. This was pre-draft before he ended up in New England. Mapu has been praised for his versatility, but he might need to prove he can excel in at least one department, whether in run support or in coverage at the next level. He lacks short area athleticism and long speed, so his man coverage might be limited to tight ends. He is highly instinctive from short zone and is a very willing hitter when playing near the box. It won't be a surprise if Mapu adds weight and locks in as a backup weak side linebacker in a 4-3 defense as a pro. Meanwhile, Pro Football Network had this to say about Mapu before the draft. Mapu was productive the past 2 seasons as a run defender and in pass coverage, but he has limitations. He projects as a one-gap linebacker with average size and marginal speed. Mapu must stand out on special teams to get out of camp this season. So there you have it there. So, folks, more to come in just a moment, but first, need you to subscribe to the channel as we're talking about your New England Patriots each and every day with daily news and rumors. We have our updates here on the channel. If the Patriots make a move, we tell you about it. We go in depth on this New England Patriots team like no one else does. And there's some exciting stuff in the future here on the channel as we are going to bring you some live shows, some watch parties as well. More to come. Stay tuned. Subscribe now for free today. Join the family, and you'll be glad you did. Now, think about this, okay? As he went through some of these off-season workouts, and granted, these off-season workouts are pretty limited, okay, of what these guys actually get to do when it comes to OTAs and minicamps and all that. But even with the small sample size, I continue to be amazed to hear the praise that he's drawing from around the organization, whether it's the coaches or his new teammates, whatever it may be. He has really stood out to the guys that he's been around at this point in time. Listen to this from Matthew Judon of what he had to say in regards to Marte Mapu. You have people like Jamie Collins or Hightower, stuff like that. It's just new names. It's just new names in that situation. And I'm not saying they're going to be as good as those guys or leave a legacy as those guys, but they have a chance, and that's all you can ask for. I think just his speed and how big he is, he runs like a free safety, but he stands like a linebacker or edge players. So that's another guy that can play at all three levels. Here's some pictures of him at workouts over the offseason. You can see there with Bill Belichick, who obviously he caught the eye of. We told you what Belichick had to say earlier. And then fitting right in workouts, wearing that number 52 there for Marte Mapu there on that front. So let me ask you this. Looking back now at the pick to where we are now and what we know about Marte Mapu, what do you think of the Patriots draft pick of Marte Mapu? Grade it for me in the comment section. A, B, C, D, or F. What's your grade for the Patriots pick of Marte Mapu? Tell me what you think in the comment section. Let me know. A, B, C, D, or F. What do you think of what the Patriots did? Final note before we go. I feel like I have an obligation as the host of Patriots Today to address this. Tom Brady, if you are listening, please do not date Kim Kardashian. Whatever you do, don't date Kim K under any circumstance whatsoever. Look, I understand that Tom is single. He's living his best life and everything, but nothing good happens when you date Kim Kardashian. Look, Tom Brady got famous for winning 7 Super Bowls. Kim Kardashian got famous for making a videotape with Ray J, okay? That just isn't going to work here. And everyone that ends up with Kim Kardashian, it doesn't go well. So, Tom, I know that your NFL career is over now, but we Patriot fans, we still love you, wish the best for you. Don't want things to go downhill from here. So, Tom, whatever you do, stay away, brother. Please, by all means, stay away. I want to ask you guys, before we go, weigh in the comments section. We say don't do it. Do you agree or not? Should Tom Brady date Kim Kardashian? Tell us in the comment section. Y for yes, N for no. What you think. Let me know what you think one way or the other. Hit me up on social media and feel free to weigh in more, even a little bit further about this. At Tyler Jones Live, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also on Threads now as well. You can find me on there talking about the Patriots all the time, and I'll see you next time here on Patriots Today.